Hello, Worcester and Central Massachusetts. Welcome to another episode of Exposure with Mosher, a program of Workforce Central Career Center, where we're here to spotlight our early stage entrepreneurs and work-ready job seekers in the community. And today I'm very thrilled to introduce you to three incredible, very work-ready job seekers. And without further ado, we have here today with us Paul Mahoney, who hails from Medway, and you found out about us through the Milford office at Workforce Central. Welcome to the show. And we also have Vanessa Georges, who is here from Worcester. And last but not least, we have Scott Allen, who's all the way from West Brookfield, and you found out about the show through the Southbridge Career Center. Yes. So we are spanning our reach. Very nice. So welcome, and thank you all very much for being on the show.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Great. So we're going to start off, if we could, first, Paul, and we'll go right down the line. If you could tell us a bit more about yourself, so please repeat your name loud and clear, where you're from, tell us a bit more about your industry background, and what is your ideal job, Paul?
Thanks again for having me, Jen.
Welcome.
My name is Paul Mahoney, and I am an account manager, a sales position. I'm looking for a job with a small to medium manufacturing company. That would be my ideal job.
Great. We're going to leave him hanging for the rest of the detail. I like it. Right. And Paul, tell us a little bit more about your specific industry background.
My industry background is really diverse, but most recently I was working for a distributor selling Oracle hardware and equipment, both servers and storage equipment, into value-added resellers.
Great. Excellent.
All right.
Good. Gives us a little bit more detail, a little bit more to gnaw on, you know?
All right.
Very good. And we'll be back. I'm not done with you. We'll move next to Vanessa. Vanessa, please tell us a bit more about yourself, again, where you're from, and what is that ideal job you're looking for?
My name is Vanessa Georges. I'm from Worcester. I've been in healthcare IT for over 18 years.
So you started when you were 3?
Yes.
Okay.
My ideal job is to interact with people in the practices, help them to run the practice smoother, help the doctors see more patients, improve the quality and care of healthcare.
Excellent, and that's a very popular topic today, for sure. That's great. So I'm sure you're working on a sweet spot, and a lot of people are interested. And if you're a doctor or you have a private practice out there, who wouldn't want their systems to be more efficient, meet with more people? Everybody's happier. Right? That's the theory.
Yes, that's definitely true.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Vanessa. Great to have you on. And Scott, if you could talk to us a bit more about yourself, your industry background, and what you're looking for.
Sure. Well, thank you, Amy. As Amy said, my name is Scott Allen. I grew up in this area. I grew up in Spencer, but I live out in West Brookfield currently.
Okay.
My background's a little bit diverse. After graduating from the University of Massachusetts with a bachelor's degree in business management, I went into the restaurant field and ran restaurants for a leading corporation. Everything from the day-to-day operations to the staffing and recruiting for not only my restaurant but the region itself. From there I went to bank management and got to know that aspect of that industry a little bit more, and then transitioned both of those experiences into the insurance field, working as a claim examiner for the past 12 years. And in those last 8 years really dug into the financial analytics, digging into business operations and seeing how they operate and what could be improved.
Sure.
I'm looking now to move into project management. I really enjoyed that in the past. I'm trying to get more formalized. I've gone through recent training to get that certification, and I'm looking for opportunities in that field.
Great. And so you just wrapped up a very recent credential, if I'm not mistaken.
As of even
briefly?
3 days ago.
Great. Congratulations.
Just recently achieved my Lean Six Sigma Green Belt certification. I've gone through certification for project management professional training as well as risk management professional training. And within the next few weeks, I'm hoping to get scheduled for the formal PMP certification exam.
Excellent. I have no doubt you will do that. That's excellent. Keep me posted.
4-hour exam on that.
Yes. But, the project management idea, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. That is certainly cross-industry, and I think you've got a big, bright future for you, Scott. So thanks for being on.
Thank you.
I'd love to hear a little bit more. Maybe we'll start with Vanessa. What are your top skills or strengths that you really would like to utilize in your next job?
With my vast experience of my many years in the healthcare industry, I like to instill confidence from day one, so people can feel that I am going to be a solution. I am going to give you your best practices and have the doctor see more patients and improve quality. So efficiency, nothing but success.
Great. You sound very solutions oriented, and even though you're dealing in a technical field, that you're great with people. I can certainly
Yes,
tell that.
I'm definitely a people person.
Great, excellent. Scott, why don't we hear from you, and then we'll come back to Paul. Top skills or strengths you'd love to utilize in that next job?
Sure. My background really has incorporated a lot of customer service. It's where I started from, and it's what I've been able to transition into my other fields and other positions I've held, and I think that's really helped me stand out. I'm able to connect with someone and help them understand something that might be complicated and put it into a way that they understand. I've been very honored with not only letters from customers regarding that, but even recognition from the companies I've worked for. I've been very proud of that.
Excellent. That's great. No, listen, that's good stuff, and we're going to certainly hear more from you in moments to come. So we'll head over here to Paul. Tell us a bit about your skills or strengths that you'd really like to be utilizing in your next job.
I believe my interpersonal skills, my ability to form a relationship with the customer, gain their trust, and then use that to close the sale is one of the key things. I think another thing is my ability to solve complex problems, to look at issues from a distance and compartmentalize them, and then offer up what's a creative solution. And I think that that brings a lot of my capability to the table, to the
Excellent.
forefront.
So it sounds like you know how to close the deal.
That's what it is. It's all
Yeah.
about the thrill of the kill, but sometimes the customers come to you and they want something, and you need to listen to what they have to say, find out what they really need from it, and then
Yes.
come back and find something that your company can deliver.
Amen.
Skill.
And that right there, you just nailed it. Listening is so key. I think oftentimes we say, oh, I'm a good people person, I'm a great communicator, but if we're not listening, we can all miss opportunities, whether we have a job or we're looking for a job. It's a great skill to have, to really tune up your listening. So thanks for putting that on the table. We can all benefit from that, Paul. So let's talk a little bit about what you guys would like prospective employers to know about you that they wouldn't get from just reading your resume. Who would like to go first?
I'll go ahead and
Okay,
field that.
you insist.
I think what can't stand out is the fact that I've been through my life experiences. I've been able to adapt myself almost like a chameleon to whatever was needed, to take what my skills are and use them to either settle a claim or come up with a configuration that's going to work for them, or maybe a creative delivery schedule, or find alternate financing, whatever it is. It's hard, it's difficult to signify or quantify that on a one-page resume. So that's what I think. I think us sitting down with an employer and talking about some of the projects that I've worked on, been involved in, and saw through to success would really benefit the both of us.
Great. That sounds a lot of those experiences and skills are certainly transferable. But
Without a doubt.
and we live in such a fast-paced world that sometimes you need to tell people how what you've done is related to how you can help them solve a problem. So
Exactly.
it's I like the chameleon. I can relate to that. Very nice. Thank you, Paul. Let's hear from Vanessa. What may not be on your resume that you'd like people to know?
My first thing I do with a client, whether it be a doctor, a physician, or a hospital, is I interview them.
Oh.
So, and then I use my reflective listening skills, and so they know I'm listening, and I, parrot it back to them what they said, so they can get a feel that I'm interested in them. I want to help them. I'm here. I'm not going to disappear.
Right.
Till they're off and running.
That's a great example. I mean, it's hard. That's the kind of thing, as Paul mentioned, similar. How do you put that in a resume?
Exactly.
And that's, one of the hopes of the show is, in an impersonal job search, in an impersonal job market today, we want you guys to really get out there. So please, get out there, be creative, and networking. You've got to give, examples, and, maybe there's a joke here or there that you're building that personal rapport so that people remember you. You follow up, and you're listening to what they need, and that's when you guys are going to be getting those interviews that, so many of you think, oh man, if I could just get in for the interview, I'd kill it, right? But so the things you're talking about, I think, is very helpful to people in the community so that they can really strengthen their own job search. So thank you for those examples.
Sure.
And please, Scott, tell us a bit more about something unique that we wouldn't know.
Sure. Well, As I mentioned earlier, I do have a background in training and helping people improve themselves. That actually has come from one thing that's not on my resume is I have a black belt in martial arts.
Oh.
And I've been training in that for almost 24 years now. But here locally in Worcester there's a school that I help as an assistant instructor at. And I'm helping teach kids and adults how to walk again sometimes. Because when you put someone else in an environment they're not comfortable with, how can you walk them through and guide them to do something they weren't doing before? And that's something I found is transferable to any of the fields I've worked in.
Right.
Is how do you work with someone and train them to get them up to where they can run on their own? And it's an amazing feeling, especially when you're seeing someone that you know you've been working with a long time and they've had real struggles to get through, make that breakthrough.
Right.
It's an amazing thing to see.
That's great. Thank you for bringing that up. And, it's about physical health and how we think is all part of holistic well-being. And there's a lot of metaphors in terms of physical health and mental health and being able to take that next step forward.
That confidence level to go
confidence.
forward. Yes.
Confidence is key. Oftentimes the employer will see and be able to assess self-confidence, not arrogance, but confidence, and they want that person on their team, and the other person that may have better credentials but may not be so confident or perhaps is arrogant, they're like, you know what, not a good fit.
Yeah.
So really great, you guys. I'm just, the caliber of people that is coming on this show, I am really excited. So we're going to move on, everybody, to the customized questions. So as you know, you helped me design these questions specific to you. We'll start first with Paul. I do see and I acknowledge that you've had a very diverse work history, Paul. From direct manufacturer reps to personal injury claims manager to computer sales. Please tell us a bit more about how these different career paths are related.
It's an interesting question because as I look back during this transition, I'm able to look and see what the pattern is. And what it is throughout, what I've enjoyed about each job is the ability to go out and find an opportunity, cultivate it, and see it through to the end and see it through to the sale. When it was with a manufacturer's rep, it was going out and it was finding the OEMs in the New England area that were hot startups. And it was taking risks as well because some were some fell through. Only 2 out of every 10 would succeed. But you would work with each one of them hoping that they would come through. In the personal injury claim, it was also sales as well. And sometimes some of the claims would fall through. Sometimes you'd lose a client, or sometimes it wasn't a valid claim. But you'd be selling it to the insurance company, and you also sometimes be selling the client, setting a realistic explanation, delivering maybe a little bit of bad news.
Right.
But the gratification there came when you were able to sell them good news, and then they were, of course, happy. And in my last position, it was a lot of negotiating in a very difficult environment as we were working from 2008 up until today with a OEM manufacturer that really was trying to change their market philosophy, and it didn't include the company I was working for. So we had to navigate through that. So through the whole process, sales has been a consistent. I had to sell myself and my customers' belief in the product.
I'm sold.
Okay, good.
Love it.
All right.
Thank you, Paul. So I know that if I'm a manufacturer or any prospective employer who might be looking at this show, and somebody who knows how to close the deal is invaluable. That's a direct impact positively to the bottom line. So thank you for that. Why don't we jump over and go to Scott, and then we'll complete this section with Vanessa. So Scott, I understand that you've recently completed some specialized training, as you mentioned at the beginning, in your remarks at the beginning. Can you just tell us a little bit more about that specific credential?
Absolutely. Recently, I've been volunteering at the Southbridge Career Center for a while, and with the resources there, they helped me connect to some training. And with that, I was able to get certification in Lean Six Sigma and have a green belt in that certification, as well as training in risk management and project management. I'm actively pursuing getting that PMP certification, that gold star, so to speak. That seems to be the key to really open some doors. So I'm actively pursuing that and getting ready to test for that certification. In hindsight, when going through this training, I found a lot of the tools that were added to my toolbox right now is something that I've encountered before, just in a different framework. And it's been able to really make a real quick connection and a quick learning curve to getting this information in.
Excellent. And I'm just sort of realizing you've got the green belt in the Six Sigma, and you've got the black belt.
They're not related, though. But
They're not related, but it's kind of cool. You know?
Eventually, I'll go for my black belt in the Six Sigma.
There you go. Excellent. Well, you're definitely a hot catch on the market in the job search world. A lot of employers I know are talking about the project management efficiency, Six Sigma. So congratulations on that, and
Thank
definitely keep me posted. Not if, but when you pass and you get your PMP.
Absolutely.
Great. Excellent. Thank you. Vanessa, I'd love to know a bit more about why you chose a career in healthcare IT.
So we all know healthcare is never going to go away, so I figured that was a solid foundation to stick with. And then as years went on, I got more into the technical aspect where things used to be on paper, everything's evolved, everything's electronic now, so there was a big learning curve. So I just really got into the technical aspect, and I wanted to know, how was the wheel made? How can, we make changes? How can make things be made better? And by doing this, it's going to improve your practice. It's going to improve your hospital.
For sure. And Vanessa, tell us a little bit more about some of your either recent work history or some of your educational or professional development trainings that you've had that really qualifies you to be in this position.
So I'm hands-on whether you want me to be or not. It just makes me form a better relationship with my client, my customer. I like to be the liaison. So the end user has something to say. I can be that spokesperson for them to go back to the vendor and say, this is what the people want. This is what's going to make this product better.
Awesome.
So I'm a people person.
For sure. But I mean, that blending of the people skills and loving to actually be around people and having that technical savvy and know-how is a great combination in today's economy.
Yes, definitely.
Excellent. I see that actually for all three of you. So good. It's a good combination for everyone. And again, putting the responsibility on ourselves as job seekers and making that connection for other people. We think it's an obvious, I've got people skills and technical skills, hire me. But you need to sometimes make those connections between A and B. So thank you very much. So we're going to move into the pitch section, everybody. Again, I always like to joke this is one of my favorite times where I can sit back a little bit. But where should we start? Anybody, any takers? Any volunteers? Otherwise, I can only take one at a time.
I'll go.
Oh, okay, if you insist.
Right.
If you insist. Thank you. He's so pushy, right? He's insisting on going first. So please, Paul, take it away. Tell our viewers here, going to look right into camera 3 here, and tell us again, name, type of job that you're looking for, what unique benefit or value do you bring, why are you that best person for the job, keeping in mind there's many qualified people out there today, and of course, how to contact you.
Good afternoon. My name is Paul Mahoney. I can be contacted at 508-685-1911 or PSM at 2007 at Comcast.net. I'm seeking a position as an account manager in a small to medium-sized manufacturing company. I believe that this is a good fit for me as I enjoy the role of being the hunter, the gatherer, and also the cultivator or farmer of an opportunity, seeing it through from stem to stern, which isn't always available in a larger company. I think what I bring to the table that sets me aside from some other candidates you may be looking at is my work ethic, and the other side of it is I have a two-sided person. I'm open to change. I like new things. I like new opportunities. I'm at a point in my life where I can attack something. I have a lot of time as my child's going off to school, and I can devote myself solely to the job, and I'm really excited about it. The best way to contact me, as I hit it before, 508-685-1911, PSM 2007 at Comcast.net.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Thank you, Paul. And I always a special thanks to the person who goes first. That was awesome. Great job. Great job. And we'll just go Vanessa and then wrap up with Scott.
Okay, so I am the queen of healthcare IT solutions. I'm seeking a career that's going to enable me to utilize my innovative professional as well as hands-on experience in both revenue cycle management and electronic medical records, whether it be training course development, software analysis, project management, implementation. I've basically done everything except for brain surgery. So That's what I'd like to do. I want to help you improve your practice.
Listen, who wouldn't want that?
I know.
I'm feeling a sense of love of people and also efficiency. There's a theme running throughout here. That's awesome. So Vanessa, would you like to say anything else in terms of what distinguishes you from all those other qualified candidates out there?
Sure, I never disappear. So even though the project may be live or the project may have ended, I always leave my door open. You can always call me and contact me if you ever need me, so I never go away. And I can be contacted always by my cell phone or via email. My cell number is 508-579-1200, or my email is vanessageorges11@yahoo.com.
Fantastic. Great job. Thank you. And you know what I like about you, too, is you've got that entrepreneurial spirit. So even though you're looking for a job, you've got that sort of innovative mind. And like we talk about on the entrepreneurship workshops at the Career Center that I run, we talk about the intrapreneurial mind. So maybe some of you may be like an inside entrepreneur actually working for somebody else's business and really helping them solve problems. So thank you so much. Scott, please wrap us up here. Please offer your pitch here to the community.
Well, like my neighbor here, I haven't done brain surgery, but I have helped brain surgeons. Again, my name is Scott Allen, and I have a background in that encompasses industries of the financial and insurance fields. I'm currently looking for opportunities to progress into the project management realm, and I'm looking to bring a unique skill set that involves general management experience, training and development, recruiting, and combine that all with project management to help a business do and become more. I'm looking for opportunities in the local area, and hopefully I can help you out. So if you'd like to reach me, I can be reached at 508-873-9941. My email address is scott-allen@outlook.com, and I can also be found on LinkedIn, linkedin.com/in/scottallen01585, no spaces.
So. And it's important to get that correct, exactly electronic accuracy, because it could take you to some other person
There's many.
India. But maybe they're not called
too far.
Scott Allen. It could be. You never know. It's a global world. Anywho, we're going to move right along, everybody. We'd love to hear a little bit in terms of what's next for you. We all know that employers are looking for people who are on the move, who've got a pulse, that have got a lot going on. So that's another, friendly, loving reminder to the community that if perhaps you've been stagnant, you or somebody you know is unemployed, underemployed, maybe long-term unemployed, which a lot of people are at this point if you're gauging long-term unemployment as 6 months or more. Just shout out to folks in the community that you want to do something new. Do something that really shows you're on the move, some aspect of professional development, and I know everybody here is really on the move and you've got things going on. So I'd love to hear in the What's Next section. Maybe we can start with Vanessa, and then Scott, and then Paul. And we want to hear a little bit more about, so the bigger vision or plan. What do you have happening? Do you want to direct us to a particular site, as you did, Scott, already? Sure. Are you going to be taking any upcoming classes or certifications, or what's happening? What's next?
So I've taken advantage of free webinars.
Great.
So that they're free. And through LinkedIn, you can join various healthcare groups, and they can teach you the various stages and complexities of healthcare, such as, for those of you in the healthcare industry, meaningful use is a big hot button right now. ICD-10, there's something that changes every day. So keeping up with something day to day, learning something new every day, taking every opportunity as a teach and learn experience.
Great, and thanks for mentioning the specific groups on linkedin.com. Excellent, thank you.
Yeah.
Scott?
Sure. Well, as I've referenced before, I'm currently pursuing my PMP certification. I'll be getting that scheduled soon once I coordinate my project experience from the past. And from there, I'm looking to also explore Agile a little bit more and see what I can do in my background that will also apply into that field. So that's where I am now. I'm currently a volunteer at the Southbridge Career Center, helping out people there.
Thank you for your service to our organization.
It's been a great experience. You meet all sorts of people, and you realize, anyone's a day away from having a change in their life circumstances, and be able to help them out and just give back a little bit, and it goes a long way.
Good karma.
Exactly.
Excellent. Thank you, Scott. And Paul, please, what's next?
Well, I'm going to be launching my brand this Friday at the DCU Job Fair. which is the 18th. And other than that, I've registered through Coursera for a couple of classes. One just on English composition, just for giggles, a brush up, and then secondly,
It made me giggle.
And secondly, one on intro to entrepreneurship, just to see what that will bring. Those are free courses that you could just take online, and they take about 6 to 8 hours a week per. You don't get any college credit, but you do get a certificate that you completed it. Other than that, I'm looking around for a tutorial on Salesforce.com.
Okay, great.
And I look forward to a summer of road races and obstacle races as well. So.
Very nice. So you're certainly on the move on a number of levels. Excellent. So we're going to begin to wrap up here, everybody. I'm going to actually branch off of what Scott has been sharing about volunteering. So the tip of the day is actually regarding an invitation for people in the community to think about volunteering, especially as a way to open new doors and get back into the job world. It's a great opportunity. We do have a special program at Workforce Central Career Center in Worcester called the Volunteer Connections Program. We have a Volunteer Connections workshop every month with my colleague Wendy Gould, so you can sign up for that. There's also, every 3 months, we have a volunteer exchange. It's an interactive networking event where actual nonprofit reps come in and meet job seekers looking for volunteer opportunities, and it's amazing, you guys. There's been a study that came out last summer, and it's approximately 27% more likely that you'll get a job within a certain period of time if you incorporate volunteering into your job search. So please consider that. I do want to also give a shout out to Dress for Success, which is an amazing organization helping women access professional clothing. And this is actually a suit that I bought at the last Dress for Success sale from head to toe. So thank you very much for what you do. And thanks everybody for tuning in, and thank you very much for being on the show. Great job.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.